dramatic and bitter. The battle that ended, at least for now, last night when House Republicans failed to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over border security issues. The AP's Norman Hall.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 216. The resolution is not adopted.
A few GOP lawmakers refuse to go along with the party's plan. Republicans like Tennessee's Mark Green blame Mayorkas for the border crisis.
He no longer deserves to keep his job.
But Mississippi Representative Benny Thompson called the effort to oust Mayorkas as a sham designed to please former President Trump.
And it's a baseless attack on a dedicated public servant.
The House is likely to revisit plans to impeach Mayorkas, but next steps are highly uncertain. Norman Hall, Washington.
Donald Trump wasn't on the ballot in Nevada's Republican presidential primary yesterday, but Nikki Haley was, and she lost to the voters' top choice. None of these candidates. That was their resounding choice, the option called none of these candidates. Don't touch downed power lines. That's among the warnings for those in the Los Angeles area as they wrestle with days of heavy rain and landslides. But the National Weather Service's lead forecaster, Bob Oravec, says there's better weather ahead for Southern California.
It still looks like there's some chances for rain up until about early Thursday morning. And then it looks like a somewhat drier pattern sets in. So with several days with no potential for rain. So it looks like we're going to have to get through the day today, and then looks like it'll be better weather as we go on towards the end of the week.
Bob Oravec, lead forecaster with the National Weather Service. Bombs ripped through 2 political offices in Pakistan this morning, killing at least 26 people. This is AP News. A school shooter's mother has been convicted of charges against her in Michigan.
A Michigan jury has found a school shooter's mother guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the deaths of 4 students in 2021. The verdict makes Jennifer Crumbley the first parent in the United States to be held responsible for a child carrying out a mass school attack. Prosecutors say she had a duty under state law to prevent her son, who was 15 at the time, from harming others and for failing to get help for Ethan Crumbley's mental health. Craig Schilling, the father of victim Justice Schilling, had this to say.
It was a long time coming, but it's definitely a step toward the accountability like what we've been talking about. It's kind of been our goal the whole time.
Jennifer Crumbley will get credit for roughly 2.5 years in the county jail when she returns to court for sentencing on April 9th. Sound courtesy WXYZ. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Challenge. It's not something you shy from. It's a chance to up your game. Every day brings a new challenge, but with the enhanced Channel Seed brand on your side, you can rise to it. With our top-performing seed, innovative digital tools, and expanded agronomic support, you can turn tomorrow's challenges into your next advantage. Your enhanced Channel Seed brand. Let's rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Keeping your fields clean all season long? Now that's a boss move. When it comes to weeds, we mean business, just like you. But you already knew that. In choosing to use XtendFlex soybeans, you've ensured that your fields can reach their full potential because our XtendFlex technology enables you to control more weeds than any other soybean weed management program. Learn more about the difference XtendFlex soybeans can make at RoundupReadyXtend.com. Read and follow pesticide label directions.
At the KSMO studios, right here at your hometown radio station. It is 7:31, and right now it's your hometown radio source. Let's take a look at that weather situation, and really not too bad today. We're not going to have bad weather whatsoever today. A little bit breezy as the day goes on. May see a few high, thin clouds roll through, but it should be, temperature-wise, very pleasant today. We should climb up to near 60, maybe even a little bit above. All depends on how much clouds we get and how much sun we get. South winds will be at 10 to 15 and gusting to 20. More clouds tonight. then gradually becoming partly cloudy again in the after evening hours, I'll say in the later night hours. We will have breezy conditions still, with southerly winds of 15 to 25, gusting to 35. Thursday, a 40% chance of afternoon showers, partly sunny, high as 60 again, with breezy conditions, south winds 20 to 28 miles an hour, gusting to 35 to 40 miles an hour during the day Thursday. Thursday night clear, low of 46 with southerly winds 10 to 20, gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Sunshine on Friday, high of 68. Winds will be out of south at 10 to 15 and gusting to 25. Friday night clouds with a 3 in 10 chance of showers, low of 41. And partly sunny Saturday, high of 53 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station. Our current temperature reading right here at KSMO is 37. We do have sunshine in the Ozarks. We have winds out of southeast at 7, 76% the relative humidity, and our pressure is rising. 30.17 inches. It feels right now like 32 degrees. At KSMO, that's a look at weather on your hometown radio station with local news waiting to come your way next. We'll get to that in 1 minute.
The Bank of Salem is part of the MoneyPass ATM network. MoneyPass has nearly 23,000 ATMs coast to coast, and the network continues to grow. MoneyPass ATM is surcharge-free, so you won't worry about paying a fee to access your money. Regardless of where you live, work, or travel, you're sure to find a MoneyPass ATM nearby. Just look for the MoneyPass logo and use your existing Bank of Salem ATM or debit card. It's that easy, and it's all part of our commitment to providing you with superb products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Blues will be off until this weekend with the All-Star break, and they'll be back in action with back-to-back games Saturday and Sunday afternoons. 1 o'clock game starts at each of those. 12:30 pregame shows here on KSMO. Now, we hope you'll be able to join us for that. Blues hockey. I think the first game's against Buffalo, second game against Montreal. And so join us for that come this weekend. In the meantime, right now it's time for news, local news. It's brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. My name is Stan Stevens, bringing it to you. Not only is it on the AM and FM side, but also we're streaming it on KSMOradio.com, our KSMO Stream Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube page. Welcome. Wherever you might be joining us, we appreciate you being part of our morning. In news, the Denton County Sheriff's Department did release some reports for the week of January the 29th. On Monday, January 29th itself, the deputy took a report for a 9mm Ruger handgun that was stolen from the 300 block of Denton County Road 3360. The victim, a 37-year-old Salem man, provided suspect information, and that investigation is ongoing. On Tuesday, January 30th, a deputy took a report for property damage to multiple vehicles located in the 3000 block of Route P. The victim, a 27-year-old St. James man, provided suspect information, and that investigation is ongoing. On Wednesday, January 31st, deputies responded to a call to Denton County Road 4170 for the report of a suspicious subject. Upon locating the person, it was determined the 35-year-old Salem man had an active warrant through Missouri's parole and probation. He was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Denton County Jail, where he was incarcerated. On Thursday, February 1st, a deputy conducted a traffic stop in a 200 block of South Main Street. During the course of that stop, it was determined the operator of the vehicle had an active arrest warrant through Stoddard County. The suspect, a 49-year-old Salem man, was taken into custody and transported to the Denton County Jail to await transfer to Stoddard County. If you have any information regarding any ongoing investigation, call the Sheriff's Department, 729-3241. Missouri State Highway Patrol would like to remind the public that driver examination stations will be closed on Monday, February 12th for Lincoln's birthday, and also on Monday, February 19th for Washington's birthday. Both of those services will be resumed on the following Tuesday after the holiday. Missouri State Highway Patrol is also hiring patrol officers with over 60 different career paths. You can check out more by visiting the patrol's website. Missouri Department of Transportation reminding everybody Highway 72 in Reynolds County is being reduced for one lane of pavement repairs from Route TT to Route A, and that will be going on through Friday until 2 in the afternoon daily. The work zone will be marked with signs. Motorists are being urged to use extreme caution while traveling through the area. For additional information, contact MoDOT's Customer Service Center toll-free, 1-888-ASK-MoDOT. That's 888-275-6636. Or visit modot.org/southeast. Salem Public Library reminds City of Salem residents and Dent County communities to participate in their 2024 Community Survey. The information they collect will be used to identify top priorities for the library and used to develop strategic long-term plans for the future. Surveys shouldn't take any more than 5 to 7 minutes, and your responses will be kept anonymous. You can access the survey from a link that is pinned at the top of the Salem Public Library's Facebook page. Individuals who wish to complete a paper copy of that survey will be able to do so at the library during normal business hours. The library is located at 403 North Jackson. The survey will close after this Friday, February the 9th. For questions about the survey or the Salem Public Library itself, its services, or current programming, contact Kate McBride, the library director at SalemMO Public Library at gmail.com, or by phone 573-729-4331. That's 729-4331. Well, have you made your appointment yet with the volunteers from AARP who are conducting free tax filing assistance at the Salem Community Center of the Army again this year on Fridays? If not, you need to do so. This free tax filing assistance continues every Friday until April 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at 729-8163. It's the 20th year that Healthy Dent County has partnered with AARP to provide this free tax service to our community, and it is provided entirely by AARP trained volunteers. The AARP Foundation tax aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms as well as schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act does require that the volunteers stay within the scope of the program, and if they do not feel they have adequate knowledge to do your return or it is too complex, they may ask you to seek additional paid tax assistance that they're not able to provide. Don't forget, make sure you contact them and ask them what items you need to bring with you, like ID, also your Social Security cards, picture IDs, also all of your tax papers, obviously, W-2s, W-2Gs, 1099s, etc., and much more. Again, call 729-8163. Schedule your appointment. If you have any questions about what you need to bring with you, they'll be more than happy to answer those. The Salem Community Center of the Army is at 1200 West Strata Road. Appointments can be made 729-8163. It's 740 at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. We invite you to stay right here as we come back with sports news. That's next.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is reminding livestock producers to be on the lookout for black vultures. The aggressive birds are affecting livestock operations and are spreading across the state. Missouri livestock producers have been facing the issue for years.
We lost our first calf, which was not a newborn calf, was a bigger calf, about a 300-pounder. You know, we lost a lot of genetics there. It's bad to lose the animal, but also the genetics that you're trying to bring up into your herd also you lose.
There are some mitigation efforts that are recommended.
Pyrotechnics, firing guns up in the air, hang an effigy up in a tree off of a bird that you've taken, or USDA APHIS has been very good about sending birds that they have killed. Effigies seem to be the most effective tool.
The USDA, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and MU Extension stand ready to help livestock producers in the fight against black vultures. Start the process at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
741 at KSMO Radio. Time for sports. The Salem basketball Tigers fell to Thayer Bobcats Tuesday night 67-36 as Aiden Burns scored 22 points to lead the Bobcats. Landon Richter led Salem with 11 points. Salem is now 2-2 in the SEA Conference. They're 11-11 overall. Tigers will be at Mountain View Liberty Friday night. Missouri basketball Tigers will host Texas A&M Wednesday night. That's tonight at 7:30. Looking for their first SEC Conference win. Missouri is 8-14 on the season. They're 0-9 in the SEC Conference. That game will be tonight on KSMO Media. The Salem JV boys basketball Tigers are playing the Bourbon JV tournament that begins tonight at Bourbon. But since Salem received a first-round bye by being the top seed, they'll not play until Saturday morning at 11:30 against either Cuba or Owensville at Bourbon. The winner of that game will play in the championship game at 3:15 Saturday afternoon. Loser will play in the third-place game at 2 o'clock Saturday at Bourbon. And that is a look at sports news and local news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO Salem, Missouri. It's 7:42. And we appreciate you being along with us on AM 1340, FM 95.7, and online at KSMO Media. We appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday morning. Right now, it's time for that daily investment report. It's brought to you as a courtesy of the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. You know, Edward Jones brokerages have been around since 1922. 101 years of service to everyone out there who needs a little help in trying to figure out what investments are right for them. That's why they are in many, many small towns all around the United States. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones are your representatives right here in Salem. Let them help you at 907 South Pershing or call 729-3831. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and our daily investment report. With our report this morning is Teresa Whalen. Teresa?
This is Teresa Whalen bringing the daily financial market report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equities closed higher. The Dow closed up 141 points to close at 38,521. The NASDAQ closed up 11 points to close at 15,609. The S&P closed up 11 points to close at 4,954, and in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.09%. The price of crude oil was up 68 cents to close at $73.46, and the spot price of gold was up $9.40 to close at $2,052.30. For stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at 68.38, up 41 cents. AT&T 17.61, down 12 cents. Boeing 208.58, up $1.95. Dollar General 134.31, up 10 cents. ExxonMobil 102.25, up 70 cents. McDonald's 284.65, down $1.32. Microsoft 405.49, down 16 cents. PepsiCo 171.42, up 60 cents. Pfizer 27.50, up 93 cents. Procter & Gamble 158.96, up 75 cents. And U.S. Bancorp 40.10, unchanged. Walmart 169.81, up $1.15. This has been today's financial market report brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing, right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thank you, Teresa. We appreciate that. And don't forget to join us again later this afternoon, around 5:30, 5:35, or tomorrow morning at 7:40, 7:45 for the daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Remember, their office is right here in Salem, ready to assist you today at 907 South Pershing. For stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, CDs, 401ks, the list goes on and on and on. Let them be of assistance to you today. Call Joe or Leah, 729-3831. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. At the KSMO Studios, weather's on the way next. Comes your way right after this.
It's back! The Salem Memorial Hospital Foundation invites everyone to the Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th at 7 at the Salem R80 High School Gym. Table seating is available for $20 per person in advance or reserve a table. Bleacher seats will be available at the door for $10. Purchase your tickets in advance by calling 729-6626, extension 4005. The Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser, Saturday, February 24th at the high school gym with the doors opening at 6:30. We'll see you there! Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out: the Salem United Methodist Church, Dent County Health Center, and the local on 4th Street, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station, 747. And we have right now time for our weather. Coming your way next, brought to you as a courtesy of Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Army. And I do want to remind you that they'll be having another Salem Project Rise. This is an opportunity for families to reach their personal financial goals who may be right now kind of behind the eight ball. The objectives of RISE are to increase your support systems, resources, and connections, provide you the education you're going to need for long-term thinking and practice, and develop the tools that guide those families to financial health and empowerment. Meals and child care will be provided during the meetings if you'd like to kind of set your goals and maybe kind of climb out of the situation you're in. Find out more about Project RISE by stopping by 1200 West Rolla Road and picking up an application or calling 729-8163. Project RISE, a great way to get a little help and maybe making it over that hump that you've been trying to do maybe for a couple of years now. Just haven't been able to reach it. Let them help you reach your personal and financial goals. Project RISE, a courtesy and service of Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. Well, mid-level ridge is going to slide east of the area today, but warm air will continue to build in aloft, which should support some high temperatures in the low to middle 60s. The limiting factor will be the thicker clouds that are forecast. If clouds are thin, the higher the temperature. If they're thicker, the lower the temperature. So we'll see how that goes. Wind speeds and gusts will increase late this evening into tonight, as a low-level jet will develop and increase, and the surface low across the northern plains will deepen. This steady speed of temperatures and wind gusts are going to allow for that cloud cover to move around a little bit. So we'll have kind of shifting clouds. Maybe we'll have a little bit of clear sky. Maybe we'll have some clouds. It's just going to be varying with that wind as it's going to be blowing pretty brisk. Temperatures will be mild overnight in the 40s to low 50s. While the upper level lift will increase Thursday, the moisture content in the profile is still in question. Forecast soundings do show a brief window during the morning or early afternoon of either sprinkles or a brief light rain. Otherwise, the concerns are winds. A slight wind shift to the southwest will occur by early Thursday afternoon, and the guidance does show clearing afternoon skies. Afternoon high temps should reach the mid-60s with upper 60s in the realm if the skies clear out quicker. Friday, upper-level troughing will continue to the west with additional energy moving toward the area during the evening hours. Again, moisture will be in question, and the precipitation chances look to be less than 30%. Clouds don't look as thick. High temps may reach the upper 60s, even the 70s out west. Friday has potential to be the warmest day of the week. This weekend, the ensemble variances increase as the energy will dive southeast into the desert southwest. There is decent agreement that a cold front will move through on Saturday, along with colder air aloft, knocking the highs down into the 50s. Cluster of ensembles do show upper-level energy remaining in the southwest a little longer on Sunday. If that does occur, the other ensembles will move it out quicker and further north, and it'll be cooler in one situation, a little warmer in the other. The mean of the ensembles currently takes the track of the energy to the south Sunday night and Monday, giving variance for an easily north to south shift of the temperatures. So it means a little bit cooler temperatures might be expected if that ensemble acts as if predicted. 64 high yesterday, 22 the low. Normal high, 48. Normal low, 26. Record high of 74. That was in 2015. Minus 10 the record low in 1895. And again in 1933. Yesterday we had no rain. For the month we're still at just a smidge over a third of an inch, while 2/5 of an inch would be normal. 6 1/5 our total for the year. 2 19/20 would be normal. Sunrise this morning in the Denton County area, 7:04. Sunset will be at 5:36. Looking at the extended forecast for Sunday through Tuesday, there's going to be some sunshine Sunday with a chance of rain developing in the afternoon. High of 47. Chance of some showers Sunday night. And possibly even becoming a little bit of snow after midnight. Yeah, I told you, a little bit cooler. Cloudy and a low of 28. Sunshine on Monday with a high of 48. Clear Monday night, low of 27. And sunny Tuesday, high again around 50 degrees. For today, partly sunny and very mild, high around 60 with south winds 10 to 15 this morning and gusting up to 25. Now, as the day moves on, those winds will get a little bit more brisk. I should say this morning we're more like about 7 to 10. They'll get up to 10 to 15 and again could gust up to 20. Clouds tonight, early. Partly cloudy later, and a low of 44 with breezy conditions. South winds 15 to 25, gusting to 35 miles an hour. Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 60 and a 40% chance of showers integrated during the day. All depends on the winds and the moisture content. Breezy. We'll have south winds consistently at 20 to 25. They could gust up to 40 miles an hour during the day. Thursday night clear. Low of 46 with southerly winds at 10 to 15, gusting as high as 25 to 30. Sunshine Friday, high of 68. Still breezy, but not as bad, 10 to 15 with gusts up to 25. Friday night, a 3 and 10 chance of getting some showers, cloudy and a low of 41. And partly sunny Saturday, high of 53 degrees. At the KSMO studios right now at your hometown radio station, KSMO. Our skies are clear. We have sunshine making its way out, but temperatures actually are still right around 36, 37, right on that bubble. Therefore, we have winds that are still out of south at 7 miles an hour. 79% is our relative humidity, a little bit more moist out there now, and 30.18 inches of pressure. That's the same, and it's still rising, but very slowly. Feels like temperature right now with our clear sunny skies, 31 right now at KSMO Radio. Now look at weather, brought to you as a courtesy of your friends at Healthy Dent County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. Remember this Friday, Healthy Dent County's Valentine's Dance, sponsored by Kurt's Mobile Homes. It's going to be from 6:30 to 9:30 with the music. The doors will open at 6 o'clock at the Community Center at the Armory. It's open to all persons 18 and above. It's $5 per person at the door. Some live country and pop music with great entertainers. Candy and the Cowboy will be providing the entertainment. So come on out for great food, some dancing. Concessions will be available. It's a BYOB event. If you have questions, call 729-8163 or email Jackie, Jackie, at salemcommunitycenter.org. Healthy Dent County's Valentine's Dance this Friday night. Doors open at 6. The music begins at 6:30. Everybody's welcome to come out. Again, if you're 18 and older, you're welcome at $5 per person. Just pay at the door. At KSMO 755, it's your hometown radio source. When we come right back, we have for you a look at civic happenings. That's next.
The Healthy Dent County Fitness Center is proud to announce that they are now offering free memberships to those who have the Silver Sneakers program, which is a benefit available through many Medicare plans. Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading community fitness program designed exclusively for older adults. Getting started is as easy as calling the Healthy Dent County Fitness Center at 739-1127 to see if you qualify, or stop by and sign up at the Fitness Center office, take a tour of the facility, and start working out at no cost. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, partnering together for your well-being. Stop by 1200 West Trollo Road or call 739-1127 to get all the details. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, together for your benefit.
You got a dead body, Inspector.
I may be able to help with that.
This winter, all your favourite detectives are streaming on BritBox. Don't miss exclusive new seasons of Death in Paradise.
There must be something we've missed.
Vera.
It wasn't an accident, was it, love?
Father Brown.
What did he look like?
And more. Once you start investigating, you won't want to stop.
We're done when I say we're done.
Stream your favourite detectives. Only on BritBox. Start a free trial at BritBox.com.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
My mom's got a new Case IH tractor, and it can do it all. Bale hay all day. See in the dark with its powerful LED lights. Hook up all the implements. Shift like a race car. Steer with ease. And it can also cool my juice box. Yeah, her Case IH tractor can do everything she needs it to.
Looking for a tractor that can do it all? Check out caseih.com.
Here at KSMO Radio, it's time for our Civic Record, a program, church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record being brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. We do appreciate you joining us right here on KSMO. Hope you're going to have a good day today, and we hope that we can provide you the information that you need. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to our Civic Records, brought to you also by your friends at Southtown Furniture and Highway 19 South. Remember, if you haven't been by for their incredible sales event going on right now, it's a biggin'. You're going to miss out on some incredible values, 10 to 60% off their already low prices. It's hard to pass up. I'm going to tell you, you need to stop on in and check it out for yourself. Do yourself a favor. Just check out their wide collection of beautiful furniture, the bedding, the floor coverings, the accessories, the appliances. It's all there waiting for you. Your friends in Southtown. Southtown Furniture in Salem. Truly where the bargains are. Kenneth K.W. Nichols of Salem passed away on Sunday, February 4th at the age of 94. Funeral services for Kenneth Nichols will be Saturday morning at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation from 5 until 8 Friday evening at the chapel. Burial will be in the Jadwin Cemetery. K.W. Nichols is survived by children Gary Nichols and wife Linda of Craig, Colorado, Beverly Fleener and husband Richard of Montauk, and Kent Nichols of Salem, 10 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren, and several nieces, nephews, and friends. Memorial contributions may be made to the Jadwin Cemetery. Envelopes are available, and all arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Kenneth K.W. Nichols, whose funeral services will be held at 11 Saturday morning at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Carolyn Joanne Conaway of Licking passed away on February 1st at the age of 67. Funeral services for Carolyn Conaway will be held Saturday morning at 11 at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking, with visitation from 10 to 11 at the Fox Funeral Home Saturday. Interment will be in the Boone Creek Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home in Licking for Carolyn Joanne Conaway, whose funeral services will be Saturday morning at 11 at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. Hazel Joan Williamson of Viburnum passed away on Saturday, February 3rd in St. Louis at the age of 91. Memorial services for Hazel Joan Williamson will be held at a later date. Hazel Williamson, survived by children Carolyn Murphy and husband Butch of Steelville, Anita Duty and husband Francis of Codman, Illinois, and Bobby Chitwood of Viburnum, plus brothers Robert Ryder and Joe Ryder and wife Peggy. Also surviving are a host of grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and extended family and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Viburnum for Hazel Joan Williamson, whose memorial services will be held at a later date. James Garfield Pike of Salem passed away on Saturday, February 3rd in Salem at the age of 75. No services are planned at this time. James Garfield Pike is survived by a sister, Rita Griswell of Salem, a sister-in-law, Elizabeth Beckham of Salem, several nieces, nephews, and a special friend, Thad Wilson. Also surviving on a Salem branch of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints family. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for James Garfield Pike. And no funeral services are planned at this time, but all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. More of our Civic Record next when we come right back.
Southtown Furniture.
Let me tell you about Southtown Furniture's major sales event. It's their biggest inventory ever at Southtown Furniture, where they have in-stock furniture and mattresses from one end of the building to the other and from wall to wall. You're not going to believe this, but Southtown Furniture is offering 10 to 60% discounts on their already low everyday prices. Southtown Furniture accepts Visa and MasterCard, and you can also ask them about layaway plans. Don't miss this big sales event going on right now at Southtown Furniture, where they've been serving the smart shopper since 1922, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem.
The best selection, you'll agree, with satisfaction guaranteed. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Continuing with our Civic Record, Creative Arts Center is offering a photography fundamentals class on getting to know your camera better. This will be held tomorrow and next Thursday from 6 to 8 with Bob Phelan. Learn the fundamentals of how your camera does what it does, how to interpret the information it gives you so you can produce images that'll make you happy. Can't figure out where you're not getting the results you want? This will be covered, as well as a number of ways to shoot different things like wildlife, high school sports, photography, your kids. Class includes handouts and a camera cleaning kit. Class is open to persons 12 years of age and older, and at least 3 students must be signed up for the class to be held. No more than 20 will be allowed. The cost is $30 for both sessions. That includes all the supplies. Class registrations on a first-come, first-served basis. Also, the Creative Arts Center will hold an introduction to junk journals on Thursday from 6 to 8 with Gail Phelan. In the class, students will repurpose junk into a trifold folio, which can be used for journaling, lists, travel diary, and scrapbook. If you've never heard of a junk journal, it's kind of a scrapbook diary made from things you would just automatically throw away. Making them is fun, and there's no rules, no measuring. Creations will be made with reckless abandon. The journals come complete with tucked pockets, spots, belly bands, flip outs. There'll be examples of all different kinds. And if you want to embellish your works of art, it's also a great way to do that. All materials will be provided, and you'll be able to take home a completed trifold folio junk journal at the conclusion of the classes. Class is open to those 12 and above. At least 3 people need to sign up for the class to be held, and we'll max out at 12. Cost is $15 per person. For 2 students, it's $25, and all the supplies will be provided for those costs. Class registrations, again, on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registration. You can sign up under programs at SalemCommunityBetterment.com's website for either the photography class or the junk journal class, which will both be held Thursday night. Don't forget, your master gardeners are getting the community garden ready for the 2024 gardening season. And if you'd like to have a plot and you don't have one currently, contact Charlie Grimm at 573-368-9902. Your first plot is free. You can get additional plots, but there's a small charge for that. Remember, they're getting ready, and you need to too. If you have any questions, call Charlie, 368-9902, or call the Denton County Extension, 729-3196. Charlie Grimm, Pam Bierman, Katie Ann Sullivan, and Tom Haynes are your master gardeners. They'll be working with you at the Denton County's community garden, which is, well, now going on, 13, 14 years old now, 15 maybe. Been around since 2009, actually, so I guess we'll say 15 years. Those garden plots are an incredible way for you to grow your own grave veggies and other things. You might be looking at growing some flowers, too. You just need to bring your seeds and your love of gardening and get ready to plant. 729-3196 for more information, or 368-9902, and talk with Charlie Grimm. Knights of Columbus will have a fish fry fundraiser for the St. Jude Chapel this Friday. It'll be held at the Sacred Heart Church Hall on MacArthur from 4 to 7. You get 2 pieces of fish with fries for just $5. Again, all the proceeds will go to the St. Jude's Chapel Renovation Fund. You can eat it there. You can take it home. A Friday fish fry fundraiser by the Knights of Columbus for the renovation work to be done at the St. Jude's Chapel. You can go to Sacred Heart Church Hall here in Salem on MacArthur, 4 to 7. And for that fundraiser, $5 for 2 pieces of fish with fries. City of Salem Park and Recreation Department is having their youth soccer sign-up. It's $35 per person, and they have 6 different divisions, starting at 4 and under, 6 and under, 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, and 14 and under. Now, some of those divisions may end up getting crunched a little bit, depending upon the amount of people who sign up and the ages that they are. Registration is open now until February 13th at $35 per person. From the 14th of February through the 20th, it'll be $45 per person. The easiest way to sign up is to go to the Salem Park and Recreation Department's Facebook page. Go to Team Snap. You'll see a link there on that page, and then you can sign up that way. You can also email Melissa at salemparks@salemo.com if you have issues with that. They do need coaches for the Youth Soccer League. And again, sign-ups are going on now through the 13th at $35 a person. And then the late registration from the 14th to the 20th at $45 a person. A Puppy Love Kids Paint Party will be held at Creative Arts Center Friday from 6 to 8 with Danielle Norris. Get a head start on Valentine's Day by bringing the children age 5 and up to a paint party where you and your significant other get dinner. Kids under 5 must have a guardian present. Join your kids for a fun night of painting. They'll walk step by step through this cute painting. All supplies and light snacks are provided. Cost of the paint party, $10 for children, $15 for adults. 6 people need to sign up for the class to be held, and it will be limited to 20 attendees. Class registrations on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registration, so make sure you get signed up under the programs at SalemCommunityBetterment.com's website for the Creative Arts Center. This Saturday night, the Salem Eagles Club will have Double Trouble Entertainment DJs providing great sounds from 7 to 11. It's open to the public. Everybody's welcome to come on out, have some fun, dance the night away, enjoy good camaraderie. Salem Eagles Club is out Highway 32 West, just past the airport, on the north side of the road, and they welcome you to come on out and listen to the great sounds of Double Trouble Entertainment DJs from 7 to 11. The Salem Public Library's preschool program, it will be held on Tuesday, February 13th at 10:30 in a north basement meeting room. The library itself will not open until 1 that day due to staff development. Again, the Salem Public Library's preschool program will be held Tuesday, February 13th, 10:30 in a north basement room. The library will not open the doors until 1 that day due to staff development. And at the Salem Nutrition Center for today, they'll have a pork loin with dressing and roll, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans with onions, and milk. Lunch is served from 11 to 12:30 Monday through Friday with a soup and salad bar starting at 10:30. Everyone is welcome to attend. All ages are welcome, young and old. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, your meal will be $7. The Salem Nutrition site is conveniently located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. And if you have questions, call 729-2373, where today's menu is pork loin, dressing, roll, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans and onions, and milk. Dessert is available on a daily basis. And don't forget that the menu may change without notice. That is the Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO and your friends at Southtown Furniture and Highway 19 South. Stop by, visit at your first convenience. There are huge, incredible, major sales events going on right now. It is not one to be missed. Make a point, set some time aside, whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, or even Saturday. Your friends at Southtown Furniture would love to see you. Come on in and browse around the store and check out all these great values waiting for you during this major sales event. It's big. It's at Southtown. Southtown Furniture, Highway 19 South in Salem. Truly where the bargains are. At the KSMO studios, 12 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock, at your hometown radio station. Top of the hour time brought to you by Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services. If you have a question or two about a retirement plan, don't just be haphazard with your future. Get in touch with Doug. Talk to him about it. There's a number of different plans out there, and they can find the right one just for you. A member of Emeritus, Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is reminding livestock producers to be on the lookout for black vultures. The aggressive birds are affecting livestock operations and are spreading across the state. Missouri livestock producers have been facing the issue for years.
We lost our first calf, which was not a newborn calf, was a bigger calf, about a 300-pounder. You know, we lost a lot of genetics there. It's bad to lose the animal, but also the genetics that you're trying to bring up into your herd also you lose.
There are some mitigation efforts that are recommended.
Pyrotechnics, firing guns up in the air, hang an effigy up in a tree off of a bird that you have taken, or USDA APHIS has been very good about sending birds that they have killed. Effigies seem to be the most effective tool.
The USDA, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and MU Extension stand ready to help livestock producers in the fight against black vultures. Start the process at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at Advanced Chiropractic, Jet Tires and Auto, Salem Bowling Center, and Terrell's Complete Auto Care, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
Is the IRS making you feel anxious? Do you have multiple years of unfiled taxes or owe more than $8,000? The tax attorneys at Allies Tax Relief specialize in problems like yours, and they're ready to negotiate your fresh start. Don't go another year fearing the IRS. Allies Tax Relief will stop the IRS from garnishing your wages or levying your bank account. You only pay if you qualify for their services, so why wait? Call 800-280-4184 today. That's 800-280-4184.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. Pro-Palestinian protesters briefly disrupted a speech in the Missouri House chamber by an Israeli diplomat. Mayor Elbaz Sterinsky, Israeli Consul General of Miami, was addressing Missouri lawmakers Tuesday and calling for the release of hostages being held by Hamas when the protesters began shouting, "Shame on you, shame on Missouri, murder and ceasefire now."
We will maintain decorum in the House. Sergeant of Arms, please remove the guests from the upper gallery.
Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe had the protesters removed, after which Elbaz Sterinsky resumed his speech.
These terrorists will come after each and every one of you here in this chamber, after each and every one of us, because this is a war between evil and good, darkness and light, and if somebody can't tell which is which, they are part of the problem.
He also thanked Missouri lawmakers for passing bills in recent years condemning anti-Semitism and promoting Holocaust remembrance in public school education. The Missouri House has given initial approval to a package intended to help the state improve access to child care. Elisa Nelson reports.
Nearly all of Missouri is in a child care desert, which means the state lacks access to adequate child care. St. Joseph Representative Brenda Shields is proposing to have the state provide tax credits to providers, donors to daycares, and businesses who help to cover the child care costs of their employees. The bill would allow child care providers to decide whether to do things like boost worker pay, expand their location, and pay for other needs. One more House vote in favor of the bill would send the plan over to the Senate, where lawmakers there would choose whether to support it.
Former state lawmaker Maria Chappelle Nadal is running to unseat Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush. Chappelle Nadal served in both the Missouri Senate and House and previously ran for Congress against former 1st District Representative Lacey Clay in 2016. She joins a crowded Democratic primary that includes incumbent Bush and St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell. This is Missouri Net.
Native American children. Many live in poverty and face some very tough days. But they also have great days. And the days they love most, they happen here at St. Joseph's Indian School.
I love learning with my friends, playing music.
Lunchtime!
Math. And speaking of math, here are some awesome numbers.
96% of St. Joseph's Indian School students graduate high school. That's 10% higher than the national average. For almost 100 years, St. Joe's has been giving Native American children days they love and educating them for life. Learn more at stjo.org today.
A study has been released that says 4-day school weeks are not helping or hurting Missouri student achievement and school growth. Missouri has nearly 170 school districts holding classes 4 days a week. State Education Commissioner Margie Van Dieven responds to the study.
Today's results are pretty standard with what we've seen in prior research in other states, that it's had minimal impact on academic performance. So that's a good thing, right? Instructional hours have been maintained, and I'm glad to see that part of it. However, we're at a time right now when we're really trying to advance opportunities for students. So what I'd still love to talk about is how do we provide more instructional time for students.
Van Dieven says fewer than 10 school districts have adopted 4-day school weeks and then reverted back to operating 5 days a week. A Central Missouri man has been charged after allegedly calling in a fake bomb threat against the University of Missouri. The suspect is accused of calling a university operator Sunday night and saying a bomb was planted at an undisclosed location. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
At KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today. They will be serving up on this Wednesday pork loin with dressing and roll, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans with onions, and milk. This is a lunch starting at 11 and going until 12:30 inside the Salem Senior Center at the Salem Nutrition site. The suggested contribution if you're 60 and above is $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. And everybody, all ages, are welcome to attend. Stop on by and check it out, the Salem Nutrition site for lunch, where today they're serving up pork loin with dressing and roll, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans with onions, and milk. Now, there's a soup and salad bar available at 10:30. And dessert is available on a daily basis. Check that out at the Salem Nutrition site inside the Salem Senior Center. Got questions? Call 729-2373, and the menu can change without notice. At KSMO coming up, we have for you some news from the Associated Press. We have some statewide sports news from the Missouri Net. So much more on your Wednesday. Keep it right here. KSMO Missouri Tiger Basketball Night 7:30 with Texas A&M. That game on KSMO Salem.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley.
Southern California could see another few inches of rain today before heading toward a sunny weekend. But the National Weather Service's Bob Oravec says they got to get through this last round of rain first.
Anytime you have such heavy amounts and the resulting flooding that did occur, any additional rain can never help. That'll still cause additional flooding. The ground is totally saturated, so the water is just going to run right off. And it's also going to disrupt any cleanup that's going on right now.
A House vote on impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over border security issues failed last night after a few GOP lawmakers refused to go along with the party's plan. Turns out there's some confusion about when to keep your children home from school if they don't feel well. The AP's Donna Warder on who's confused and why.
During the pandemic, schools asked parents to keep their children home at any sign of illness. Now some parents are saying that even though the emergency has ended, they haven't been given clear direction on if those rules have changed. For example, some school districts in California are encouraging children to come to class even when they have the sniffles, lice, or pink eye. Montgomery County, Maryland recommends keeping children home if they have a stomach ache. Because so many children fell behind academically during the pandemic, some school officials have re-evaluated their tolerance for illness. I'm Donna Warder.
Nikki Haley lost in Nevada's Republican presidential primary as GOP voters chose another option, the one called None of These Candidates. Frontrunner Donald Trump didn't compete in the primary. President Biden easily won the state's Democratic primary. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is overseas briefing Israel's leaders on Hamas's response to a ceasefire proposal in Gaza and the release of scores of hostages. The Palestinian death toll in the war is approaching 28,000, say health officials in Gaza. This is AP News. Did you hear the latest about those missing bolts on a Boeing jet?
Federal air safety officials say bolts on a Boeing jetliner were missing before a panel blew out in mid-flight last month. According to a preliminary report by the National Transportation Safety Board, bolts that help secure a panel to the frame of a Boeing 737 MAX 9 were missing before the panel blew off the Alaska Airlines plane last month. The report by accident investigators included a photo from Boeing, which worked on the panel, which is called a door plug. In the photo, 3 of the 4 bolts that prevent the panel from moving upward are missing. The location of a 4th bolt is obscured. Pilots were forced to make a harrowing emergency landing with a hole in the side of the plane. I'm Norman Hall.
Russian President Putin has been interviewed by former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, the Kremlin says. Putin's first interview to a Western journalist since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dane County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free!
This is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber inviting you to follow all the exciting action of St. Louis Blues hockey this season. If you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is being there listening here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for the St. Louis Blues.
Missouri Net Sports. I'm Bill Pollock. Super Bowl 58 now, less than 5 days away, and the Chiefs will review their game plan against the 49ers. Mike Clemens has more from the Chiefs Hotel outside of Las Vegas.
The Chiefs will hold practice today, and Andy Reid asked if running back Jerick McKinnon, who had core muscle surgery last month, or wide receiver Kadarius Toney are ready to return.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. He's been practicing, and we'll just see whether he's up or not.
And what about Jerick McKinnon as well?
Jerick is not practicing. I tell you, it's slim for him to be out there.
Reid says after some drops at the start of the season, they have more trust in wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who was asked why does he think the Chiefs can get the win.
This team is special. You know, we're not going to remember the drops, or we're not going to remember the Raiders game. We're going to remember the hoisting the trophy up.
The Mizzou Tigers go for their first conference win when they host Texas A&M, who won the first meeting 68-61. Mizzou is in last place in the SEC with an 0-9 conference record as they start the second half of SEC play. Dennis Gates.
I spoke about going 9-9. How do we want this second half to go? You can't control certain things that has already happened, but how can you move forward? You have to start with winning each practice, each day, and obviously looking in the mirror first. So
this time last year, Mizzou was in the top 10 in the country in scoring, 84 points per game. This year, that's scoring down to 73.5 points. Tonight's game tips off at 8. Missouri State will go for their 5th straight win there at Northern Iowa tonight. And the St. Louis Blues will be playing in another Winter Classic against the Chicago Blackhawks at Wrigley Field next season. St. Louis will be playing in the game for the third time when they visited the Minnesota Wild at Target Field in 2022. And the Blues played the Blackhawks in 2017 at Busch Stadium, and they won that game. The Blues continue their All-Star break until Saturday at Buffalo. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
My baby brother, a father. Come on, it's time for his nap. Whoa, he can't sleep on his stomach. Babies should always sleep on their backs in a safety-approved crib, and the sleep area should be clear of blankets, toys, and other loose or soft items. It reduces the risk of SIDS.
SIDS?
You know, sudden infant death syndrome.
Guess I need to start studying up on safe sleep for little man here. Being his favorite uncle comes with big responsibilities.
For more information, visit safetosleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
7 million children suffer from asthma, more than any other chronic disease. Most asthma attacks are caused by allergic reactions to allergens, including those left behind by cockroaches and mice. In fact, 82% of U.S. households contain mouse allergens, and cockroaches are found in up to 98% of urban homes. How can you protect your family? Find out at pestworld.org. A message from the National Pest Management Association and the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology.
.gov. Agri-America features the largest collection of agricultural podcasts, including popular titles such as...
Hi, this is Rob Sharkey, a fifth-generation farmer from Illinois. If you want to hear stories about agriculture, make sure you tune in to Shark Farmer Podcast today on Agri-America.
Hi, I'm Darren Hefty. Head over to Agri-America's podcast directory for the latest episode of the Ag PhD Radio Show.
Visit Agri-America's podcast directory at agriamerica.com/podcasts. agriamerica.com/podcasts.
It's back! The Salem Memorial Hospital Foundation invites everyone to the Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th at 7 at the Salem R80 High School Gym. Table seating is available for $20 per person in advance or reserve a table. Bleacher seats will be available at the door for $10. Purchase your tickets in advance by calling 729-6626, extension 4005. The Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th at the high school gym with the doors opening at 6:30. We'll see you there!
At the KSMO studios in this 8 o'clock hour. Let's take a look at that weather. And it does cut for lots of sunshine today. Should be a pretty good day. Now, we'll have some clouds roll in as the day goes on. And we'll top out around 60 degrees. Winds are going to pick up as the day goes on at 10 to 15 and gust up to 20 miles an hour. Then tonight, cloudy early, becoming partly cloudy late, low of 44 with winds out of south of 15 to 25, gusting to 35. 40% chance of showers during the day Thursday with partly sunny skies. Still back around 60 with still breezy conditions. South winds 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 to 40 miles an hour. Clear Thursday night, low of 46 with south winds at 10 to 15. Gusting up to 30. Sunny Friday, high of 68, with south winds 10 to 20, gusting to 25. Friday night, we have a 3 in 10 chance of showers. Cloudy and a low of 41, and partly sunny comes Saturday, and a high of 53. Currently at the KSMO studios, we have 38 degrees. We have sunshine in the Ozarks here at KSMO Radio. We do have right now that little bit of a breeze, as we were mentioning, that we are going to have, and that wind is coming at us right now at about 7 miles an hour. We have lots of sunshine. 75% is the relative humidity here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and it feels like 33 here at KSMO. And that has been a look at weather brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at your hometown radio station, KSMO, 1340 AM, 95.7 FM. Now time for a look at our Brownfield Agribusiness News, the Missouri Report from the Brownfield Farm Market Network. It's next, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO, Salem, Missouri. Thanks for joining us on Wednesday, February 7th.
I'm Nicole Heslip with Agribusiness News. I'm Brownfield. The Clean Fuels Conference is the annual event for supporters of biodiesel, renewable diesel, and sustainable aviation fuel. Don't miss Brownfield's coverage on air and online. To learn about the industry's growth, visit cleanfuels.org. Democrats on the U.S. House Ag Committee say they will not compromise their principles in a bipartisan farm bill. During a call with reporters Tuesday, Ranking Member David Scott of Georgia says Democrats do not support using Inflation Reduction Act funding for other intended purposes.
We will not compromise on our principles or shortchange on the promises made under the Inflation Reduction Act or the nutrition title of the 2018 Farm Bill.
When it comes to passing legislation out of committee, Congresswoman Shontel Brown of Ohio tells Brownfield.
I'll just say that the time is now, and if they're ready to work, then so are we.
A governing board member for the Clean Fuels Alliance America says sustainable aviation fuel is a groundbreaking market for the ag industry. Brownfield's Brent Barnett reports from the Clean Fuels Conference.
Greg Anderson tells Brownfield the next 6 years will change the clean fuels landscape.
There aren't great quantities of sustainable aviation fuel, or the acronym SAF, being produced. However, the airline industry is calling for 3 billion gallons of this by the 2030.
Anderson says producers of soybeans, corn, and other feedstocks can help lead the charge to increase production.
What other technologies are out there? There are none. We have the answer. We're becoming very popular very quickly with major airlines.
I'm Brent Barnett with Brownfield.
Meanwhile, a member of the House Agriculture Committee is very concerned about ramifications of Proposition 12. Minnesota Republican Brad Finstead.
Prop 12 has been devastating for farmers all across the United States. Or what it potentially could do is something that could devastate family farms as we know it.
And a market advisor says some U.S. farmers are considering planting changes. Mike North from Ever Ag says old crop supplies will influence those possible changes.
Corn stalks are very heavy, bean stalks are relatively light, which keeps a little bit of value in corn relative to soybeans, because beans are going to have to fight to get acres.
Missouri Pork Expo is back at the lake. Don't miss the state's largest swine trade show on Tuesday, February 20th. Learn more at mopork.com. And for more agricultural news and markets, find us at Brownfield, agnews.com. I'm Nicole Heslop with Brownfield.
This is Bill Wise with the latest Appetite for Pork report. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Newman, Senior Vice President of Market Growth at National Pork Board, about how your pork checkoff dollars are working to bring more U.S. pork to tables around the world. Dr. Newman, the pork checkoff is always working to drive demand for U.S. pork. For consumers here at home, how are you encouraging them to buy more?
Traditionally, the consumer in the U.S. has been from the boomer generation. They've been heavy pork users. They know what they like. But as boomers start to eat less pork and they start to exit the marketplace, we need to be focused on this consumer of the future, millennials and Gen Zs. They have tremendous purchasing power. And as that purchasing power shifts into these new generations, we need to make pork relevant to these buyers.
Thanks again, David, for talking with us today about how the pork checkoff is building a bigger appetite for U.S. pork. You can find out more information at porkcheckoff.org/radio.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows that Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
And just inside a half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with two hands, and punched it on the way down. C. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins.
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The bragging rights trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he busted.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Check out these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Master Pro Red Spray Grease for $9.99. Mechanics Wear Fast Fit Black Work Gloves for $14.99 a pair. And a Performance Tool 120-volt LED drop light for $26.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Have you ever met a nematode? Probably not.